Hi, K-pop lovers. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into this wild story, hit that like button, share this video with your fellow K-pop fans, drop a comment down below telling me what you think, and subscribe if you haven't already, because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. Okay, now let's go. Imagine this, you're 16 years old, standing on one of the biggest stages of your life, in front of thousands of screaming fans from all around the world, and you open your mouth to sing a song, not your own, but a song belonging to one of the most iconic young artists on the planet right now. And the moment those first notes leave your lips, the entire arena goes absolutely silent before erupting into the loudest roar you've ever heard. That is exactly what happened with Chiquita of BABYMONSTER, and the internet has not recovered since. So what exactly went down? And why are fans starting to say something that sounds almost impossible, that this 16-year-old Thai girl might genuinely be operating at Olivia Rodrigo's level? Stay right here, because we are breaking it all down. Let's start from the beginning, because to understand how massive this moment is, you need to know who Chiquita really is. Her real name is Ruracha Fondachafafat, and she was born on February 17, 2009, in Nakhon Ratchasima, Thailand. Yes, you heard that right, she was born in 2009. She is the youngest member, the Magne, of BABYMONSTER, the powerhouse 7-member girl group under YG Entertainment, the same legendary label that brought you Blackpink. And if that name rings a bell, it's because the comparison has always been there from day one. Even former YG Entertainment CEO Yang Hyun-suk himself once said publicly that he hoped Chiquita would one day have the same global influence as Blackpink's Lisa, another Thai idol who broke every ceiling possible in K-pop. Big shoes to fill? Absolutely. Is Chiquita already lacing them up? The fans seem to think so. Here's what makes her story even more jaw-dropping. Among all 7 BABYMONSTER members, including Ruka, Asa, Ahayan, Rami, Rora, and Farida, Chiquita had the shortest training period. While most K-pop trainees grind for 4 to 6 years before they ever see a stage, Chiquita trained for roughly 1 year and 9 months. 1 year and 9 months. And yet, when she stepped in front of the camera for her official introduction video back in January 2023, she sang with the emotional depth and raw control of someone who had been doing this for a decade. Fans watching her pre-debut performance were completely floored. People on social media kept saying she sings like she's going through a breakup, at 14 years old. That's the kind of gift you can't manufacture in a training room. BABYMONSTER officially debuted on April 1, 2024, with the mini-album Babymon 7 ER and their single, Sheesh, and from that moment the group exploded onto the global stage. Their YouTube channel racked up nearly 10 million subscribers. Their world tour, titled Hello Monsters, launched in Seoul in January 2025 and swept through city after city, Newark, Los Angeles, Yokohama, Osaka, Singapore, Ho Chi Minh City, Bangkok, Jakarta, and beyond. North America welcomed them to sold-out venues including the Kia Forum in Los Angeles and Allstate Arena in Chicago. This was not a small group quietly climbing the ranks. This was a full-blown global takeover, and Chiquita was right in the middle of it. But here's where things get truly electric. During the solo portion of the Hello Monsters World Tour concerts, each BABYMONSTER member performs a cover of a song they personally love. Rora covered Louis Capaldi's Someone You Loved. Rami brought the house down with Jasmine Sullivan's Pick Up Your Feelings. Asa and Ruka delivered rap powerhouses back-to-back. And Chiquita? Chiquita chose Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo. And from the moment that choice became known, the fandom lost its collective mind, in the best possible way. Traitor is not an easy song. It's a slow-burning, emotionally devastating folk-pop ballad from Olivia Rodrigo's landmark debut album Sour, released in 2021. The song demands vulnerability, restraint, and the ability to make every single person in the room feel like the lyrics were written about their own heartbreak. It's the kind of song where you can't hide behind production or choreography, it's just voice, emotion, and intention. Olivia Rodrigo herself is a Grammy Award-winning, multi-platinum artist who took the entire world by storm at 18. Her debut album Sour topped the Billboard 200 and charted #1 in 9 other countries. Her Guts World Tour grossed over $209 million, making it the highest-grossing tour ever by an artist born in the 21st century. That is the song, and that is the artist, that Chiquita chose to honor on a world stage. At show after show, Los Angeles, Singapore, Jakarta, Chicago, Chiquita walked out with angel wings on her back and began singing "Traitor" in a stripped-down, emotionally raw solo performance. Videos flooded TikTok overnight. One clip from Singapore alone racked up over 500,000 likes. Fans were tagging Olivia Rodrigo's official accounts pleading, "Please notice Chiquita." Comment sections across platforms erupted with disbelief. Does Olivia Rodrigo know she has a 16-year-old Thai daughter performing somewhere in Japan? One fan wrote, and that single caption became one of the most shared quotes in K-pop fan spaces for weeks. A concert review from a fan at the Toronto stop of the tour summed it up perfectly. Chiquita's "Traitor" cover slayed so hard, their words, and honestly, an understatement. She sang it like a confession. She sang it like a memory. She sang it like someone who understood every single word, even in a language that isn't her mother tongue. And that's when fans started making the comparison that has the entire internet talking. Because here's the thing, it wasn't just that Chiquita sang "Traitor" well. It was the way she sang it. The vocal stability, the emotional layering, the way she controlled her breath in the most devastating moments of the song. Vocal analysis content about Chiquita began flooding TikTok and YouTube, with creators breaking down her supported high notes, her tonal consistency, and her ability to perform with full emotional delivery even during the physically demanding conditions of a world tour. Earlier in her career, fans noted she managed to sing beautifully even while recovering from COVID-19. Her choreo-covered performance of "Traitor" during that time became a standout moment, proving that her voice wasn't just powerful, it was stable under pressure. Let's talk about what makes Olivia Rodrigo's vocal identity so special, because the comparison only makes sense when you put them side by side. Olivia's voice carries a specific texture, slightly raw, deeply personal, with an indie folk quality that makes you feel like you're hearing someone's diary out loud. Her ability to blend vulnerability with power in the same phrase is what made "Driver's License" and "Traitor" global phenomena. When fans say Chiquita is reaching that level, they're not talking about pitch matching. They're talking about the emotional truth that both artists carry in their voices, that rare quality where you don't just hear the song, you feel it in your chest. And a 16-year-old making the world feel that way? That's not normal. That's once in a generation. Now, is Chiquita the same as Olivia Rodrigo? Of course not. They are two distinct artists with different backgrounds, different lanes, and different stories still being written. Olivia Rodrigo is already a 3-time Grammy winner who headlined sold-out stadium shows in Brazil and performed at the world's largest indoor arena in the Philippines. Chiquita is the youngest member of a K-pop group that is still in the early chapters of what is shaping up to be a legendary career. But the point fans are making, the point that's sending shockwaves through the music world, is that the emotional maturity, the vocal authenticity, and the sheer ability to move a crowd that Olivia Rodrigo embodies? Chiquita already has that. And she's 16. What's also deeply touching about this whole story is that Olivia Rodrigo is Chiquita's favorite artist. This isn't a random cover choice. This is a teenager standing on a world stage and pouring her heart into a song by the musician she admires most, and delivering it at a level that makes the internet ask whether she might one day stand right beside her idol as an equal. That is the kind of full-circle story that music was made for. And BABYMONSTER as a whole is only accelerating. With their debut album Drip released in November 2024, featuring double title tracks Drip and Click CLAK, and with a North American second leg confirmed for fall 2025, this group is not slowing down for anyone. Chiquita, the girl with wings on her back and Olivia Rodrigo's traitor on her lips, is growing louder every single show. So here's the question I want you to think about as we close this out, and I want you to answer in the comments right now. Do you think Chiquita already has what it takes to stand in the same conversation as Olivia Rodrigo? Or does she still have a journey ahead before we make that call? Because honestly, from where I'm sitting, watching this girl perform night after night with that kind of soul and conviction, the answer might be simpler than any of us expected. The world is watching. And Chiquita is just getting started. She's not just covering a song. She's writing her own chapter, and it sounds like it's going to be one for the history books. That's everything for today's video. If you made it to the end, you are an absolute legend and I appreciate you more than you know. Don't forget to smash that like button, share this video so more people can witness this incredible moment, leave a comment with your thoughts on Chiquita versus Olivia Rodrigo, and most importantly, hit subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss a single video. See you in the next one. Stay passionate about music, because moments like these, they remind us exactly why we fell in love with it in the first place. Annyeong.